Time now for the grand news. This is Crown TV. My name is Seidlitz Nkhonjera to give you the news tonight. Before we get to look at the details, remember you can follow Crown TV on DSTV channel 277, GoTV channel 23. We are also on Topstar channel 89 and on Star Times channel 543. We've recently launched on the Azam platform channel 494. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can literally find us anywhere. Time now for the headlines before we get to the details. SOLWEZI nurses demand promotions. Chipata Tonse Pamozi rally venue closed. Head Teachers Association of Zambia bans illegal school practices. And in sports, NKANA signs 3 players. And now the grand news in detail. Frustrated health workers under the nursing department at SOLWEZI General Hospital have asked the government through the Ministry of Health to quickly expedite the processing of promotions at the facility. SOLWEZI General Hospital Principal Nursing Officer Crispin Kamwanga has attributed staff morale to delays by the government in processing promotions. Ms. Kamwanga says the lack of motivation through promotions has been one of the major reasons why staff have had negative attitude towards work and patients.
So I'm speaking on behalf of nursing department to ensure that at least my people are also motivated with, at least if we can be given.
Health workers at SOLWEZI General Hospital have attributed poor staff morale to delays by government in processing promotions. The workers say the lack of motivation is affecting attitude towards work at the facility, which now serves as a referral hospital for Northwestern Province. The hospital has several warding charges, but only about 7 are appointed substantively. Some senior nursing officers have been acting in positions administratively for years without formal appointment. Facility Principal Nursing Officer Crispin Kamwanga says she supervises senior nursing officers who are technically as subordinates but have no substantive positions.
I have got also the people who I'm sure you can attest with me when you come at night here, you find what we call the night superintendents. These are people who have been acting also for so long administratively, but they don't have positions substantively. We have got even just the ward in charges. The hospital has got many in charges, but only about 7 who are appointed substantively.
SOLWEZI General Hospital also does not have the position of senior nursing officer on its establishment.
Of course, the hospital has got the position of the principal nursing officer. Apart from that, the hospital doesn't have the position of senior nursing officers. That has been, of course there is one, but not sitting here. It is in Ndola. Apart from that, I have got 10 nursing officers who are my subordinates but with no position. Amen.
Health workers are calling on governments to address the promotion delays to restore motivation and improve service delivery.
Yes, I may say sometimes you may see that when you come here, people are giving attitudes. Why? Because they are demotivated. And this is also giving me headache when supervising them, because they have been acting administratively for so long with no positions, whereby they try by all means, but ending up being demotivated. If I can compare with other hospitals where I've been, a hospital that can be compared with SOLWEZI General Hospital, you cannot miss out those positions.
Patrick Mackay, Crown TV News, SOLWEZI.
Police in Chipata earlier today sealed Mpezeni Park Square, where the Tonse Pamosi Alliance president, Brand Mundubile, and his running mate, Makebi Zulu, were expected to hold a rally. After the party's engagements with police on the ground, Chipata District NRPUP chairman, Menyani Zulu, informed supporters that the rally had been cancelled by police. Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba confirmed that the police sealed the area to enforce ECZ guidance that required presidential candidates to cease all campaigns and attend a meeting on Monday here in Lusaka. He says police was merely enforcing the directives to maintain law and order in the area.
As the countdown to the August general elections gathers momentum, first questions over the fairness of the campaign trail have emerged after police in Chipata sealed off the Mpenzeni Square, bringing a planned rally by the Tonse Pamosi team to a halt. The venue was cordoned off before the event could get underway, with supporters left stranded as police blocked access to the grounds. Following engagements with law enforcement officers, Chipata District NRPUP chairperson Menyani Zulu announced that the rally had been cancelled. And Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba says the action was taken to enforce guidance issued by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, which requires all presidential candidates to first meet in Lusaka and agree on a harmonized campaign timetable. Mr. Mwemba says police were merely implementing the ECZ directive while ensuring peace and public order. This comes after the ECZ on Thursday, 19 June, directed presidential candidates to wrap up campaign rallies by Friday ahead of a meeting scheduled for Monday to agree on the official campaign program for the presidential by-election, a move that has not been well received by the opposition and various stakeholders.
Their leaders, the topmost, so to say, for them to start their campaign, they ought to go to Lusaka on Monday, make up a timetable where they can now go countrywide and start their campaign. So the deployment of my officers to Mpenzeni Park was just to secure order, law and order in the area, because people, when they heard that the party that we are discussing about here was to have a rally at 14 hours, they started trooping in. So we thought that was unlawful, because ECZ, they are mandated, they act as a referee in a football match.
Can we clear the way?
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
The Head Teachers Association of Zambia, HELSB, has directed all head teachers in public aided and community schools to immediately stop practices that violate the National Education Policy and the Education Law. HELSB says it has noted with concern the growing use of WhatsApp platforms to distribute lesson notes to learners, warning that the practice undermines equal access to education. Association President Kenneth Mulea says the practice contravenes the Education Act, which provides for accessible, equitable, and quality education for all learners. He adds that the reliance on mobile-based learning materials risk excluding poor and vulnerable pupils who may not have access to smartphones, data, or stable internet connectivity.
Recently, President Hakainde Hichilema declared free education as law, which has helped most vulnerable children across the country. However, the Head Teachers Association of Zambia has noted with concern the rise in schools utilizing WhatsApp as a platform to distribute lesson notes to learners. They maintain that while free education stands as a game changer, most schools using WhatsApp are contradicting the free education policy and the principle of leaving no learner behind. Head Teachers Association of Zambia, Kenneth Mulea, says requiring ownership of smartphones and purchasing data bundles excludes children whose parents cannot afford such costs.
This discussion on teachers sending notes via WhatsApp has continued. We are now appealing to all our colleagues, all head teachers across the country in public, grant-aided and community schools to check on their compliance. Let us check that no teachers are sending notes via WhatsApp. The whole system is quite discriminatory and not legal because the Ministry of Education has guided that all children should access quality education equally.
He adds that the use of personal WhatsApp groups also conflicts with Ministry of Education policy that digital resources must reach areas with low connectivity and avoid excluding learners, and bypasses child safeguarding procedures required under the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022.
Parents that may not be able to own smartphones will have their children disadvantaged. Further, we have learned with dismay that there are some teachers that have continued giving learners to copy notes on the board on behalf of their friends. This is automatically punishing such a learner because the same learner will have to rewrite the same notes twice. It is not professional, and we don't know where these teachers are getting this from.
The association has further directed that teachers must end the practice of copying notes directly from a single textbook, saying that the revised competence-based curriculum requires learners to be creative, problem solvers taught through active approaches and multiple sources. Kundej Sachinkalasu Ngandu, reporting for CrownTV News in Lusaka.
The Learn and Play program, coupled with the School Feeding Initiative, is transforming the learning environment in many schools by improving attendance, concentration, and overall pupil performance. Teachers and education stakeholders say the programs have become critical tools in ensuring that children remain in school and actively participate in lessons.
Is taking place in classrooms across Zambia, where the laughter of young children is becoming the soundtrack of a brighter future. From colorful early childhood education centers to school kitchens serving warm, nutritious meals, government is investing in the country's greatest resource, which it says is the children. Long before pupils learn to solve complex mathematics or write examinations, thousands of young learners are taking their first steps into education through their early childhood education. In classrooms filled with songs, storytelling, games, and play-based learning, children are building the literacy, numeracy, and social skills that form the bedrock of lifelong success. And government says these early investments are not only preparing children for primary school, but also helping narrow learning gaps, boost confidence, and give every child, regardless of background, a fair start in life. The initiative is all-inclusive as it caters for learners with different disabilities.
The child will learn about shapes using touch and feel, and the child will be able to match this game by feeling and touching. We're able to know this is a circle and the circle is supposed to be placed this way. So with time we can blindfold you so that you have a feel of that child that has lost vision, and you play and see if really we are implementing inclusivity in the classrooms or not.
Complementing the effort is the expanding school feeding program, which has become far more than just a meal. For many learners, it is a lifeline that keeps them in school, improves attendance, and allows them to concentrate on their lessons instead of worrying about hunger. And government says evidence continues to show that children who receive nutritious meals at school are more likely to remain in class, participate actively in learning, and perform better academically. Beyond the classroom, the program is also creating opportunities for local farmers and communities by increasing demand for locally produced food, strengthening household incomes, while improving child nutrition. And the Ministry of Education says the combined investment in early childhood education and school feeding program is helping shape a generation that is healthier, more confident, and better equipped to contribute to Zambia's social and economic development.
The Presidential Irrigation Initiative program, very excited to support and sustain school health nutrition, which is really the supporter of school feeding program. What you may realize or may know is that the monies that we give to the schools to support the schools is really about 500 million every year going out to all the schools that are under school feeding program. So what happens is the district education board secretary in every district is responsible for that money and then disperses it to the different schools. And once that happens, these schools then have access to food. But with the presidential irrigation initiative, these schools can actually fend for themselves. They will grow their own crops. They will rear their own chickens. And that promotes sustainability. That promotes self-reliance in schools. And also changing the mindset of our young people so that they're able to feed themselves. They're able to look after themselves so that even when there's a crisis, they can just go in their backyards and feed themselves and be able to sustain themselves in a cheap way rather than constantly buying vegetables and things that you can do at home to avoid expenses. The other thing is in the irrigation program, we are looking at very affordable ways of running a chicken run or running poultry or growing your crops. So we use basic products that can be recycled, and also teaching the children not to waste material or to always make use of anything that can be around the home. So you can find your tires, you can find just different pipes for the bathroom and all that can be turned into something useful. Again, looking at how a child can turn what they learn in theoretically and make it more practical.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
Democratic Union running mate Miriam Banda has charged that financial constraints continue to be a major barrier limiting women's meaningful participation in politics. Ms. Banda says many aspiring female politicians struggle to raise funds needed to compete in elections, including costs linked to campaign mobilization, transportation, media visibility, and party nomination. This, she says, disadvantages the candidates compared to their male counterparts who often have stronger access to financial networks and backing.
Limited financial resources continue to stand between many Zambian women and their zeal to stand for elective offices, and stakeholders have warned that the high cost of politics is locking capable female leaders out of the country's decision-making process. Democratic Union running mate Miriam Banda has noted that nomination fees, campaign logistics, transportation, publicity, mobilization, and other election-related costs place a heavy burden on aspiring female candidates, many of whom have limited access to funding compared to the male counterparts.
The challenges that we women are facing during these elections are that, first of all, it's lack of financial capacity. We women are disadvantaged because we lack funding, and our country hasn't given us enough opportunities to get funding for our political campaigns as women. And this has been something that has really discouraged a lot of other women who have interest in politics to take over leadership roles. I'll give an example with the statistics on the ground that I have collected. It happens that for one to win, just for to win as an MP per constituency, one needs to have about 3 million plus. So imagine we have a woman in Katuba who is interested in participating in elections, then she has no source of income. That woman automatically is disadvantaged and they are discouraged because they first think of where to get money. And when they ask around, we are not able to get such an amount of money.
Ms. Banda has argued that the lack of financial backing forces many women with the leadership skills and public support needed to make a difference to either abandon their political ambitions or withdraw before elections are held.
And we have never been, or we have been slightly given slim chances to participate in election activities. Then I would like to highlight that during this year's elections, we have seen a slight improvement in women participation, and I believe we can do better if given a chance. Unlike for 2021, where we only had Madam Inonge Winner and Madam Mutalena Lumango, who is the UPND Vice President now. So in this year's elections as well, I would like to note that we have an independent candidate who is a woman.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
And now, earlier today, scores of people gathered at Changanamai grounds on the Copper Belt for the official unveiling of the United Party for National Development UPND's provincial candidates as the ruling party ramps up its campaign ahead of the August elections. Supporters began arriving at the venue hours before the start of the program, with many dressed in party regalia and waving UPND flags while awaiting the arrival of senior party officials and candidates. The unveiling officially introduced the party's candidates to the electorate and set the tone for UPND's campaign in the province, and it has been regarded as a province which is regarded as one of Zambia's key electoral battlegrounds. The event drew supporters from different districts across the Copper Belt, with buses and private vehicles transporting party members to Changanamai grounds. Now, songs and chants dominated the atmosphere as the crowd continued to grow. Senior UPND officials used the platform to outline the party's campaign strategy, rally supporters, and urge members to mobilize ahead of the August polls. And now, time for the letter to the president segment. Now, this is a segment where you can write a letter to the president and we get to read it live during this grand news. You can send us that letter to the number 0974-314-807. Tonight's letter to the president reads:
Dear Mr. President, it is with great pleasure that I take this opportunity to write to you regarding the issue of retirees and the payment of pension benefits. When you were in opposition, Mr. President, you assured the Zambian people that retirees would receive their pension packages within 3 months of retirement. This commitment was also reiterated after you assumed office. However, I am concerned to note that the current situation is taking much longer than the promised, with some retirees waiting for close to 2 years and others up to 3 years. While we appreciate that retirees may still remain on the payroll for a period, it is important, Mr. President, that they are fully paid off in a timely manner to allow for the recruitment of young and energetic civil servants, thereby creating more employment opportunities for the youth. It is for this reason that I humbly appeal to your office to urgently look into this matter. It is also unfortunate that some of our colleagues are passed on while still waiting for their pension benefits after retirement from public office. I therefore kindly request that the measures be taken to ensure that retirees receive their benefits promptly upon retirement from public service. Thank you, Mr. President. This letter is coming from Andrew Marufeyo Shishimba from Mambwe, Eastern Province.
Time now for the weather forecast. A strong and cool airflow from the southeast is influencing the weather over most of Zambia, resulting in windy and mild to warm conditions. Forecast for tonight in the western province, the province will experience partly cloudy windy at times and cool weather conditions. Northwestern, Southern, Lusaka, Central, Copper Belt, Eastern Province, Ruapula, Northern and Muchinga provinces will be mainly clear, windy at times and cool. This weather forecast is as compared by the Zambia Meteorological Department, a department under the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment. We take a short break. Join us on the other side for more stories. Stay tuned.
On a busy day in Lusaka, right in the middle of a vlogging, Mr. Simon Mwela's phone battery died. Well, he knew what to do next. He called Zambia's top cell phone and accessories dealer. In a flash, problem solved. Across town, Dr. Sia Twambo was getting ready for a presentation when he realized that his PA forgot something. A quick call to Mobile City and his projector screen was delivered in no time. Meanwhile, Vana Fiasasa was about to leave for the village when she remembered she needed a phone upgrade. One call to Mobile City and a new phone arrived just in time. Vana Fiasasa snapping a selfie before hitting the road? But wait, I thought the other guys were in a hurry. For free, fast and reliable delivery, trust Mobile City. Beware of scammers. Mobile City Delivery. You order, we deliver.
This June, Topstar is standing up for heat. Why shiver from boredom when Topstar can warm your home with exciting entertainment? Oh my God! Antenna Classic OD Smart. Get ready for unlimited blockbuster movies and captivating telenovelas on TNT and Novella E+. Enjoy endless drama, action and excitement on Star Life, Filmbox, AMC Movies, Z Cinema and many more. And because the little ones deserve the very best, Topstar is enhancing kids' entertainment with their favorite cartoon channels, including ST Kids, Cartoon Network, Baby TV, Boeing, CBBS and more. That means more entertainment, more family time, more value for your money. Visit your nearest Topstar business hall or authorized dealer today to get your Topstar decoder or simply dial *115# to subscribe. Don't miss a single moment. Topstar. Enjoy digital life.
With us. Now, the Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board says recent variations in disbursements to higher education institutions are not due to delays, inefficiencies or changes in, rather are due to delays and changes in priorities. The board explains that the fluctuations are instead caused by timing differences in inflows within the student financing system, which operates on a revolving structure. Board Chief Executive Officer John Machai maintains that the Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board continues to meet the obligations in line with the established procedures and available resources.
The Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board wishes to address recent concerns regarding variations in disbursements to higher education institutions. The board wishes to assure stakeholders that these variations are not a result of administrative delays, processing inefficiencies, or changes in institutional prioritization. HELSB continues to meet its obligations in line with established procedures and available resources. The observed fluctuations in monthly disbursements are attributable to timing differences in inflows within the student financing mechanism, which operates on a revolving structure. In this regard, HELSB remains firmly committed to strengthening and sustaining the scheme.
Kasama Municipal Council has begun enforcing the Dogs Act, Chapter 247, following a 3-month vaccination grace period, with Jazz, Soft Katongo, and Mulenga Hills the first communities targeted. In partnership with Zambia Wildlife Authority, the council will run a month-long elimination exercise to control the rising stray dogs population and curb the dog bites and rabies. Public Health Inspector Simon Chipepo says the move is aimed at reducing dog bite incidents and preventing the spread of rabies and other diseases to keep the communities safe.
3 months after a grace period vaccination campaign, Kasama Municipal Council is now enforcing the Dogs Act, Chapter 247 of the laws of Zambia. First in the spotlight is Jazz, Soft Katongo, and Mulenga Hill communities dealing with a growing number of stray dogs. For the next month, the council, working with the Zambia Wildlife Authority, will carry out a targeted dog elimination exercise. The goal is to control the stray population and protect families from dog bites and diseases like rabies.
We received a number of complaints from different areas. Yes, there's been a number of complaints and dog bites. And so we as public health were on the ground to ensure that all the stray dogs are cropped and to ensure that the public is safe.
Some responsible dog owners say the move is long overdue.
Kwena nalisangati kwena vena techisuma elo nangu fie mupita mulelande vivine mutu wafuilisha fie kwena techisuma nangu panono busanso ubukulu chawa manokukana tekembu ngakwaisangati teti uitwale kulia uli munangani wilateka fiembu echo nasangile pofi pantu chena nimbikuti chatwafu ukuchilo kuteka fie chilenda ukafia ilo chasumo muntu.
Others are speaking from painful experiences.
Ekwisang kakatila pakuboko yansuma ero nomba bai konka balumendo paka ifu baire kepaya nomba bene bale landa tabechibi.
The council's message to pet owners is clear: vaccinate, register and keep your dogs confined.
I'm calling out the public to register their dogs and vaccinate their dogs. So the procedure is very simple. You first have to vaccinate your dog. Once the dog is vaccinated, you bring it to the council in 5 and you register it. And then that's not it, that's not all. Ensure that your dogs are also confined and that they're not roaming anyhow to protect the public.
In Kasama, protecting public health starts at home with a leash, a vaccine and a registration tag. Chanda Wellington reporting for Crown TV, Kasama.
A Lusaka woman has asked the court to dissolve her marriage after allegedly enduring 13 years of separation and raising children without support of her spouse. Olipa Mwanza has told the court that her husband, David Zulu, abandoned the family and failed to provide financial support when they needed him most. She further claimed that the David had since married another woman, leaving their marriage only existing on paper. But David has told the court that he still loves his wife and that he does not want their marriage to end despite their lengthy separation.
The tongue has no bone, but it is strong enough to break a heart. For Moses, the pain of public humiliation and insults became a matter for the court to decide. Moses Potter, 38, a businessman, told the court that he was insulted by Yvonne Milambo despite having done nothing wrong to her. He explained that the dispute began when his second-born daughter informed him on several occasions that there was a woman who would collect coins from her. Moses said he instructed his wife to follow up on the matter because he usually left for work early. According to Moses, the situation escalated when he went to buy apples, accompanied by his second-born daughter. During the outing, the child pointed at Yvonne, identifying her as the woman who had been collecting coins from his second-born daughter. According to Moses, the situation escalated when he went to buy apples, accompanied by his second-born daughter. During the outing, the child pointed at Yvonne, identifying her as the woman who would be collecting coins from her. When he approached her to seek clarification, Moses claimed that Yvonne became hostile, insulting him and even stripping him of his shirt in public as well as his boxer. He further alleged that Yvonne called several male friends who threatened to beat him, with some of them allegedly assaulting him. Moses told the court that the incident left him deeply embarrassed, and from that day onwards, members of the community would mock him because of the public humiliation he endured. However, in her defense, Yvonne Milambo, 32 of Mtendere East, denied all the allegations. She tells court that she does not know Moses and disputed the claims made against her. Yvonne explained that the incident
Sincere apologies for that wrong video. However, we retake the story earlier read. A Lusaka woman has asked the court to dissolve her marriage after allegedly enduring 13 years of separation and raising the children without the support of her spouse. Olipa Mwanza told the court that her husband, David Zulu, abandoned the family and failed to provide financial support, forcing their children out of school. She further claims that David had since married another woman, leaving their marriage existing only on paper. But David has told the court that he still loves his wife and does not want their marriage to end despite their lengthy separation.
As people often say, no one truly knows what goes on inside a home. And for Olipa Mwanza and David Zulu, the cracks in their marriage appear to have grown too deep to mend. After nearly 13 years of separation, 38-year-old Olipa Mwanza approached the court seeking to officially end what she described as a broken and abandoned marriage. She tells court that she left David Zulu's home in 2013 and has since been left alone to raise their children without any financial or emotional support. According to Olipa, David has not contributed to the welfare of their children during their entire period of separation and has since married another woman. She stated that due to financial hardship, their children have been forced to stop attending school. On the other hand, David Zulu, 43, a civilian employee at the Zambia Air Force, opposed the divorce. He insisted that he still loves Olipa and that the marriage should not have ended the way it did. He described her as a good woman and claims that the main source of their marital problems stemmed from her family rather than their own relationship. However, the court observed that there was effectively no marriage left to preserve. It noted that the couple had lived separately for over a decade, and if David had truly intended to reconcile, he would have taken steps to restore the relationship and fulfill his marital obligations, including paying the outstanding bride price. The court further advised Olipa to report the matter to David's employers at ZAF regarding his failure to support his children and, if necessary, to pursue the case through the subordinate court. Olipa was also encouraged to focus on improving her financial situation by starting a small business or engaging in income-generating activities to support her children rather than remaining independent. Kundej, Sachingalesu, Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
Chilalabombwe Municipal Council has launched a new initiative aimed at improving waste management through free waste collection services for residents. The program is designed to promote cleanliness in communities while reducing illegal dumping and environmental pollution across the district. According to the council, the initiative will ensure that household waste is collected at no cost, encouraging residents to properly dispose of refuse and maintain cleaner surroundings.
The local authority in Chilalabombwe has introduced a free door-to-door household waste collection service in the Kitindi ward for a period of 3 months. The initiative, which commenced 2 weeks ago, aims to strengthen public awareness on the importance of proper waste management and disposal practices. Speaking during a routine waste collection exercise conducted by the local authority, Council Public Health Services Director Evans Chiza expressed concern over the increasing cases of improper waste disposal within the district. Mr. Chiza noted that the council has developed a waste collection program to improve sanitation and environmental health.
Residents within Chilabombo, they are indiscriminately disposing waste in certain areas, and as a council we have put measures to correct this waste wherever it is, and we have put measures like in the Katindi ward, where we have heaps and heaps of historical waste where residents were dumping waste along the pipelines to KCM.
Meanwhile, some residents spoken to commended the council for the initiative, stating that some of them are unable to pay for waste.
So kulubalirwandi n'abakita bwino bantu ifwe tatukwanisha okuya mukose ebisoso tatukweta abaana abawumya bakola kibaya mukose ebisoso so kwena kulanda kwandi n'abakita bwino.
I just want to thank the council for collecting garbage for free, because it's here to promote cleanliness and health for our area in Nakatindi. We're very thankful as Nakatindi Ward to the council for this kind gesture.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
Still in Chililabombwe, the local authority has made more than 2,500 truck parking spaces available across the district to promote orderly parking and improve traffic management. Council Assistant Public Relations Manager Nambela Kyombela says the expansion of designated truck parks is part of the effort to address the long-standing challenges faced by truck drivers, which include lack of access to clean water and sanitation facilities, as well as congestion. Mr. Kyombela has since urged all truck drivers operating in the district to make use of the available facilities instead of parking along undesignated areas.
Solve the long outstanding challenge of having inadequate truck park spaces within the district by expanding truck park facilities. The truck park facility expansion came about as a result of the need to address issues where our truck drivers came with their concerns to talk about having lack of clean water, sanitation, safety needs, as well as meeting their security challenges and curbing road congestion. We hereby urge all our truck drivers to use the designated truck park facilities and truck park spaces available in Chilabombe district.
A neighborhood dispute that started over allegations of a woman receiving money from a married man has landed in court, with a businessman seeking redress over alleged insults and humiliation. The court heard that the businessman claimed that he was publicly insulted and embarrassed and assaulted following the escalating misunderstanding in the community. After reviewing the case, the court has ruled in favor of the man and ordered the woman accused of insulting him to pay 3,000 kwacha in compensation.
The tongue has no bone, but it is strong enough to break a heart. For Moses, the pain of public humiliation and insults became a matter for the court to decide. Moses Potter, 38, a businessman, told the court that he was insulted by Yvonne Milambo despite having done nothing wrong to her. He explained that the dispute began when his second-born daughter informed him on several occasions that there was a woman who would collect coins from her. Moses said he instructed his wife to follow up on the matter because he usually left for work early. According to Moses, the situation escalated when he went to buy apples, accompanied by his second-born daughter. During the outing, the child pointed at Yvonne, identifying her as the woman who had been collecting coins from his second-born daughter. According to Moses, the situation escalated when he went to buy apples accompanied by his second-born daughter. During the outing, the child pointed at Yvonne, identifying her as the woman who would be collecting coins from her. When he approached her to seek clarification, Moses claimed that Yvonne became hostile, insulting him and even stripping him of his shirt in public as well as his boxer. He further alleged that Yvonne called several male friends who threatened to beat him, with some of them allegedly assaulting him. Moses told the court that the incident left him deeply embarrassed, and from that day onwards, members of the community would mock him because of the public humiliation he endured. However, in her defense, Yvonne Milambo, 32 of Mtendere East, denied all the allegations. She tells court that she does not know Moses and disputed the claims made against her. Yvonne explained that the incident occurred in April when Moses' child came near her home and began speaking to her child while allegedly insulting her. She said she came outside and asked her child who was being insulted, only to be told that the remarks were directed at her, including all the allegations that she would be collecting money from Moses' daughter. Delivering judgment, the court noted that the insult often provoked reactions and stressed the importance of parents correcting their children when they engage in inappropriate behavior. The court further observed that Yvonne's conduct was not commendable and suggested that she appeared to have developed a reputation within the community for using insulting language all the time. The court ruled in favor of Moses Potter and ordered Yvonne Milambo to pay 3,000 kwacha in compensation. For Yvonne, what began as a neighborhood dispute ended in defeat as her position in the case came crashing down like the walls of Jericho. Kundej Sachingalesu Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Osaka.
And now we take a short break. When we circle back, we have sports coming up. Stay tuned.
At Africa Research University, we believe that higher education is not just about learning. It's about transformation, impact, and excellence. Our postgraduate programs, including the Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies, are designed for professionals and researchers who seek to contribute meaningfully to knowledge, policy, and practice. Each doctoral journey is research-driven and culminates in a dissertation, reflecting the highest academic standards. In addition, we offer a wide range of master's programs, from public health to education management, public administration, and the Master of Business Administration with diverse specializations like economics, strategy and leadership, project management, human resource management, marketing, management, and financial management, empowering you to lead with vision and expertise. At the undergraduate level, our Bachelor of Business Administration provides multiple specializations like business management, economics and finance, project management, human resource management, marketing management, education management, financial management, corporate risk and security, management and purchasing and supply, all tailored to today's global and regional market needs. Why choose Africa Research University? Because we combine flexible study options, affordable fees, world-class online learning platforms, and an international perspective, all committed to shaping graduates of excellence. Begin your journey today. Contact our admissions team on +2 60 77 302934. That's +2 60 77 302934 or email marketing@africaresearchuniversity.com. Africa Research University. Grow, prosper, excel.
Everyone wonders why I'm always jovial and happy. Every day, every time. At work, even under pressure. At play, always under control. Even with Bay, I always shine. And today, I get to share my secret companion, Best Kombucha. Gives me the energy but also boosting my immune system as I go by my day-to-day activities.
Toileta mami we best kombucha sonwemu. Toileta daddy we best kombucha sonwemu. Iye nani best kombucha. Best kombucha. Iye nani mwa kombucha.
Now you know.
Best kombucha. Iye nani best kombucha. You three come best kombucha.
Sports News is sponsored by Nutricom, the manufacturers of Best Kombucha and Divine Power Kombucha.
And now in sports news, preparations for the 2026-2027 MTN Super League have advanced, with NKANA signing 3 players. Let's have a listen from a word from our sponsor before we get to the details.
Everyone wonders why I'm always jovial and happy. Every day, every time. At work, even under pressure. At play, always under control. Even with Bay, I always shine. And today, I get to share my secret. My secret companion, Best Kombucha, gives me the energy but also boosting my immune system as I go by my day-to-day activities.
Toileta mami we best kombucha sonwemu. Toileta daddy we best kombucha sonwemu. Iye nani best kombucha. Best kombucha. Iye nani mwa kombucha.
Now you know.
Best kombucha. Iye nani best kombucha. You three come best kombucha.
And now, the 13-time league champions NKANA FC have signed 3 players ahead of the commencement of their title challenge for the 2026-2027 MTN Super League. The players signed include defender Simon Chipanama and 2 midfielders Abel Kanyamuna and Francis Mutalange. The signings have been done to help improve the team's performance in the league. In the 2026 season, NKANA finished 13th after racking up 39 points in 9 wins, 12 draws and 13 losses.
And exciting because it is one of the biggest clubs in Zambia, and it is such an opportunity and honor to play for such a club. I chose NKANA FC because it is one of the clubs that I love and admire as a stature, so it is something which I've always waited for, because NKANA had already called for me to go there, and last time it did not happen, but I'm really excited and happy that now it has happened and I can start this new journey with NKANA. I think it will bring a lot of you, because I promise to give like hard work, discipline and sacrificing for the badge, to just see again NKANA again up there, lifting the cup and all those stuff.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful to God, first of all, for the opportunity that He's given me, and I'm actually super excited to join the biggest team in Zambia. Obviously for various reasons, but I would say one of the reasons is because it is the biggest team in Zambia, and I know to say the stature that it has, not only in our country, but worldwide and in Africa at large. And I'm really excited to start my journey with it. The most common thing that I know is that they are 13 times champions, and that's a big achievement. I should expect me playing to my level best and giving my everything, like dying for the badge and always wanting to lift the badge high.
First of all, I'd love to say thank you to the president, the coach, the executive and the management from NKANA for this wonderful opportunity that you've given me. The fans, it means a lot to me to join Kalapa family, because it's a massive club with a rich history in Zambia, and joining NKANA, it's a big dream for me. NKANA is a massive club, and the history that it has, I would also want to be part of the next generation history that we're going to make NKANA and making NKANA great again.
I'm a player that brings responsibility, discipline, hard work, and make sure to say I put the badge first, making sure that we do our best on the pitch. I want to go at NKANA because, like I said earlier, NKANA is a champions team. So I'm hoping and wishing that we bring back Ghana to its title role in making history again. And my expectation is that we win trophies together. Avareti, Kalampa, Usakile Stadium, we are coming. It's a massive achievement. Me coming that side, surely you're going to enjoy. It's a next level football that is coming to Ghana.
On that note, we've come to the end of the sports news segment.
This sports news is sponsored by Nutricom, the manufacturers of Best Kombucha and Divine Power Kombucha.
Before we go, here's a recap of the stories making headlines. SOLWEZI nurses demand promotions. Chipata Tonse Pamozi rally venue cordoned. The Head Teachers Association of Zambia has banned illegal school practices. And in sports, NKANA signs 3 players. My name is Seidlitz Nkhonjera. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your company. Enjoy your weekend.